So yeah, you can see, as I said, that we will build kind of this website. So to make it easy, we will use this NextUI. It works very well with Next.js, and it will be very fast to do. So yeah, let's go to our repository. I'm still using the Code Sandbox projects, and we already have the code here that we will use later. But the first thing, I will create the components. So I will start to comment this, and I will create div. Okay, nice. Okay, cool. So the next thing here, I wanted to create a new folder called templates and layouts. Okay, and then in the templates, I would like to create a header, and then we create index.ts. Inside the layouts, I will create main layout, and then I will have index.ts also. Okay, the next thing here, I wanted to install first the yarn. You can see here, and going to documentation, and we can install this one. So we go to yarn app nextui-org/react, and yeah, we can see if it's installed. And so in this header, I will create a new index.tsx, and you can see it's finished installing. Let's export columns header. You can use RFC to be faster in Visual Studio Code, but since I'm using this, I will just do manually. Okay, say it's header. Okay, cool. And then we can go to main layout and create next.tsx. We can just copy paste this one, and then let's say it's main layout. Okay, cool. So the next one, we need to import the header. So I will export header here from header. Okay, we'll export this. So here in layout, sorry, in the main layout, I will import header from, okay, templates, and it's already works. We can use, yeah, okay, cool. And we need to have children here. Children, and we can say children here is react.react node, and then we can put here, and yeah, we can start to export main layout from main. Okay, cool. So we will use this component, this layout component, inside our pages, and we will import main layout from components and layouts. Okay, cool. I'll use this here, and we can save main layout, and we can yarn dev, and then refresh if it's working. Error because here, and save and refresh. Sorry, it's not valid. It should be on the bracket. Okay, cool. children, and we can say it's props, and we can create interface props children is the React node. Okay, cool. And we can refresh, and it's working. We have a header and we have the child inside the pages. Okay, set the next. Okay, cool. So what I wanted to do here is to create the layout as nice as possible. So since we have already installed the NextUI, the next thing what we need to do is using the provider from NextUI provider, import here, and we can create NextUI provider, and then it's here, save. Okay, cool. So the next thing we need to create this document for CSS Flash, because it will be supporting SSR. So we create here dash document.tsx. Okay, and then we need to add any and save and refresh. It will be still working, and we can start to go to default themes to create the themes. So customize, create them. So here inside the app, I will import create themes, and then we can copy this. Okay, accept the predefined color, and we can put inside the provider the yes the okay, cool. And it's already dark because we can predefine it's dark or light. So the next thing, yeah, the next thing we need to create this component inside the header. Okay, we can use this navbar, for example, but it would be too much for this case, but I think it's okay. We will just copy this navbar. Okay, and then you can see we need to delete some of them. We need to import also the component text and also the button, and this one is link. Okay, and then let's say it's full hunt dev, and we don't have this, save, and yeah, it's good, it's working good, it's working fine. Let's remove the border. Okay, and then we can go to new tab if we can see if it's working fine. Yeah, it's nice. Okay, okay, so the next thing we need to put this one, the navbar, as width. We can put the CSS width 100. Okay, possible. I think there is a size width, max width. Okay, and we can see it's fluid. Yeah, it's fluid now. And what we need to do here is inside the layout, so we need to import container. Container is kind of div that you can see next React, you can see the documentation in here, and it will be give you like clear what is actually I'm doing. So yeah, here clear. Okay, I will save and put this the gap as 0 because the default one is 2. And you can see if I put the gap 0, it will goes like here. It's depending on the size that you wanted to do. I will use the maybe SM small one, so the maximum is small one. Yeah, it's good, small. So the next thing here I wanted to have is the test. I think I have to add CSS and margin Y, it's 40. Yeah, okay. So the next thing we need to create this one inside the index. I will add the index here, and then I will import the text from NextUI React. Okay. Text. Let's copy this. We'll just copy this. Okay, and we put h2 maybe. Yeah, and it's already there. We will have the other one, which is this one. Okay, we will create this as h4, and yeah, you can see the I think we can start to make it center. CSS, the CSS is text align center, and then we can copy this. So yeah, good. Okay, cool. So the next thing, we need to add container again to make it smaller. We need to import also, and we put here, and we can tell this SM and it's XS. And you can see it should be gap, let's say it's 12. Um, 20 maybe. Okay. Okay, cool. So because I have zoomed the viewport here, so the quality of the preview, it's quite weird. So but it's okay because I need to show you how I'm working with this one in the real time here. And if I make it smaller, it would be not really see, you cannot see very much. Yeah, okay, cool. I hope you still can see the the code. And then the next thing here is we can create the container one, container, and then we can create card. We will create card.body, and then we can say it's test, and we import the card here. Okay, cool. So we have the card, you can see, and we will change this also using the gap 20, or maybe smaller 10. Yeah, cool. Okay, so what I wanted to do is using this as my component, or the tool component. So I will create a new template called tool cart, and then I index tsx cons tool cart, okay, return, and then we need to export this, and then import container and cart from at NextUI. Okay, cool. And then we need to export the tool cart from tool cart. Okay, cool. And then we can start to import here in import the tool cart from components template. Okay, cool. We create here and save. Yeah, it's still working there. So what I wanted to create is I will use this. Okay, and then I need to use this also. Save. And then I think we don't need this already, but we need this. I will delete this one, this. Okay, container, we need to return something, tool cart, and yeah, we have 3. Okay, so here we need to add some of key is the ID. So we will create props for passing this 5, I think, yeah, 5 data inside our tool cart. So what we need is to create the type first, interface, tool cart props. First one is name, it would be string. It's because I'm using TypeScript, name using string. Description is string, and then what else? URL is string, and then logo is string, and also the pricing is string. Okay, so we need to add name, description, URL, logo, and pricing here. Cool. And tool cart props. So we will need to add this. Okay, let's say first one, we need to add to name. So inside the pages here, we need to add this one, name, description, logo, and pricing. So name is name, description is description, and then the URL is the URL, the logo, and the pricing is pricing. Okay, cool. So I save this, and you can see we need to copy this. I will just cut inside here. So I will create a new container inside the cart body container, and then we can start to add maybe row, okay, and then we add text. It's error because we didn't import. Okay, cool. Text, and then we need to import also the call column. Call, and then we can put this inside here, and I can add the description. Okay, cool. So we need to import here the image from React, NextUI React. So we will use image src. We will copy this, and you can see we need logo here, so I will add id string, and then we need to add also here id, and then we self closing this tag, and we need to pass the id. Yeah, we need to pass the id because it will be error. So the id is id, and we save, and you can see it's working fine. We need to add the width, maybe 100, and height is 100, and then we need to put the alt, and we can say the name. Okay, cool. So yeah, so the call here, I will create a span, maybe 2. Okay, cool. Yeah, and then we can add spacer x1. We need to import from NextUI also, spacer, and it should be self-closing tag, spacer in x, so it would be good here. Okay, and then we can remove the gap, so I will put gap 0, and yeah, we can add css padding, maybe 28. Okay, cool. So the next thing, we need to have container here. We will add css, and then we will try to add margin bottom 12. Okay, maybe 24. Okay, cool. So I wanted to make this rounded inside the image. We can add css border radius, let's say it's 10. Okay, cool. Maybe 16, and we can change this to be 88. Yeah, cool. So yeah, I think it's working good. It's working good here. It's very fast, and you can see the, maybe I need to go to my print here, and then print the print width, used to be 120, so it's not too, yeah, okay, it's fine now. Okay, good. So the next thing, it will be we will have link from the NextUI. We will wrap this text, the first text, with the link, and the href is the URL, and then we close this thing here, and we can start with h3. Okay, cool. So the next thing, I wanted to have spacer here below this one, spacer in y, maybe 2, and we need to import the spacer from this NextUI React. Okay, cool. So you can see here when we have the link, the component link, it's already working. So if we click, it will go to the URL. So we need to make the link to be okay, let's see on the API. So we can go to link props. Okay, is external. We need to ask this external link. Where is that? Can have icon, but I think anyway, okay, let's put this as external. Yeah, you can see when we have external, it will have the logo or the icon. So I think, can we put the target maybe blank? Yeah, okay, so it will go to here. Okay, cool. So I wanted to add here the literal templates with if I click here and it will goes to ref YouTube tutorial PocketBase app or .app. Let's check for example. Okay. Yeah, it's very cool. It's working fine. And then the last thing we need to add is the pricing. So the pricing one, we would like to use cart also, and it would be inside the, maybe we can add calls. Yeah, okay, we add calls. X. We can add the pricing. Yeah, cool. So what I wanted to add here is cart, and then body, cart.body, and we can put this text inside the cart body. So I will delete the text. Okay, call span, we can change to be 2 maybe. Okay, cool. So we will create the variant border, and then we can CSS background is let's say green in 200. You can get this color from the this one. Yeah, from this base color you can see there is a lot. Okay, so the next one is the CSS here. P is 0, and then color is green 600. Yeah, nice. Okay, we will create I think we can create again the text and save it. We delete this, and then we can have size maybe 11, and then the color green 500. Save it. And yeah, nice. We have like we can add the CSS here. The width is fit to content. Okay. It's wrong. Okay, so we lost the bracket. Cool. Okay, so py is 4, px is 12. Nice. And then we can say row here, and then we can justify to be flex and row. Oops. Okay, cool. Okay, nice. Pretty. And yeah, cool. So what I wanted to do is creating these three of types. So premium would be green, premium would be violet, let's say, free would be yellow. Okay, so what need to do here, the fastest way is to creating 3 cards. Okay, creating 3 cards. Okay, cool. So I will say it's pink and then pink. This one would be blue. Okay, let's save. Okay, cool. So it should be outside the card body. Cool. Nice. So what I wanted to do here is changing this to be 800, 800, and 800. So the next thing, if its pricing is free, I would like to show this. Okay, and then if pricing is premium, I would like to show this. And if the pricing was premium, and I will show this. This is cool. Nice. Okay, so yeah, this is the thing. So it's working fine. If we would design Stripe, if we click Notion, it will go to the Notion. And if we add one more, for example, convert kit, okay, let's say email marketing was never easy logo, and the convert kit one, I think it's https convert kit.com, and let's say it's framing. Okay, we create, and then when we refresh this, and it's automatically working on. Yeah, that's very cool, and I hope you like it. And if you need help to see what tutorial next I should make, just tell me in the comments. And thank you very much for following the tutorials. Bye bye. Assalamu alaikum.